Hello, Jessica.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. How old are you?
I am 32.
32.
Yes.
So, what do we got going on, ma'am? Are you ready to shoot your shot for your man? Are you a shot
Indeed.
shooter?
Straight from the hip. Yes, I am.
All right. So I don't know what outcome do you want? Are you unmarried?
I am unmarried. I got married a few years ago, but it didn't work out
Okay.
because he couldn't have children anymore
Okay.
and he was unaware of that. So I immediately divorced him because children was the outcome that I wanted
Ooh.
to have.
Ooh.
It is what it
Mm.
is. It is what it is.
Mm.
It was terrible, but like I told him from the beginning, I got married so we could have children, and then he found out he couldn't have children after we got married. So it was kind of ruthless, but so now I am actively looking.
I got one question. I gotta ask this.
What?
Are you a religious person, a Christian or anything?
Yes, I am.
So in
My heart's
all
beating so fast right now.
so in all seriousness, do you want to be handled like that by your spouse?
I don't, but when I met him, I told him that because I waited really long. Like I believed in the hype when I was younger, like not to have kids and like early on in my early 20s. Like I believed that hype. When older women told me that, I believed it.
You divorced your husband
So
because through no fault of his own, he could not reproduce.
well, yeah, and then but it wasn't. I mean, there was a little bit more into it
No,
than
ma'am.
that.
No, you can't. No, no, no. That's not. We don't do.
But I'm not gonna lie. It is what it is. It
Okay,
was wrong,
so
and
you got to so as a man out here on the market, I'm going to tell you what most men here,
I know it's terrible.
most men are like. There's men. I must be honest. I tell men to avoid women like you.
I know it was terrible, Mr.
It's
Samuels, but like he was older than me and he already
ma'am.
had
I
three
okay,
kids and
man, man.
I had
Okay, man,
one.
man, ma'am, ma'am.
None.
There is no way you can make this any better because you said it is what it is. You don't. You're saying that now because you're on in front of everybody. But I'm telling you, you don't want someone to handle you this way.
I know.
Okay, people, here we go again. Another selfish, spoiled, modern woman thinking that the world revolves around her. Just everything. Everything she speaks on in this video is about her. She left her husband, well, divorced her husband because he couldn't produce a child. And we'll go through it and you'll see that she didn't even take the right measures to see if he could. Because at once upon a time, he could because he had three kids prior to her. But I don't want to tell it all. Let's just dive right into this. And I want y'all to see how ignorant this young lady is. Don't forget, hit that like button and let's get it going.
And why was it okay? I mean, I'm curious because just a few days ago, I had a 27-year-old woman on here actively talking about leaving her husband to go try to get back with her ex boyfriend
I
because
heard
he
that.
had more money.
I just listened to that tonight and that was very that disturbed me a lot. Hearing I
But
just listened to that episode like
but
a
what
couple of
you're
hours ago.
saying is what you're saying is on par with that.
I know it I do know and it was a very hard time for the both of us. And we came like he was 15 years older than me. And I told it, and it was heartfelt because I really loved him. But at the same time, I have like my family is very like knit together, especially with children. And I told him I was like, I can't. If I told him if I was a little bit older or a little bit younger,
Well, I'm gonna just
it
tell
would.
you. I'm going to add. I mean, you see, man, karma's a bitch. How do you know you're gonna be able to carry children to term?
Exact. I know. That's what I do know that. It is, and it is,
But I'm
it was.
asking because I'm curious because we often hear about how bad men are in marriage and what we don't do. But see, we don't hear stories like we hear on my show. And the
I
way
know.
and the matter of fact way you women talk about, I left him specifically because he could not have children. You mean your own natural children? Because if you want children, everybody wants to have their own children, but he can't. He could adopt. So he was
Well,
infertile.
no, well, that was the whole thing. Like it didn't just happen like all of a sudden we get this diagnosis and it happened. It gradually happened over like a 9-10 month period. And like I told him when I told him I was going to file, I told him it's because he didn't give me any alternative. Like
He
he
didn't get,
wasn't
ma'am.
talking
Hold on.
about,
What do you mean he didn't give you any alternatives? What does that mean?
no, because like adoption or like,
Why
like
did he need to give you that alternative?
no, because he never talked about it. Like he
Did you
never,
ever talk about it?
yeah, we would have open conversations
Did
about
he?
it. And
Hold on. Don't hold on. Calm down.
I know my heart's beating fast.
You're putting, ma'am. I'm just telling you how I'm hearing you.
I know.
I don't know if you know how crazy you sound. He didn't do anything. You're a grown motherfucking woman.
That's
Did
right.
you go to your husband and say, "Well, hey, honey, what about adoption?"
I did.
And what did he say?
No,
He said he did not want to adopt children.
that's what he said.
Based upon what?
He didn't feel like that was just a route he went. And
Okay.
then
When, this adoption, was this before or after you guys started talking about divorce?
this was right before.
And he has 3 children.
He does.
Something about this just don't make sense. Because most men don't go from not making 1, 2, but 3 kids prior to this woman, and all of a sudden now I can't produce any kids. But she hadn't said anything about they went to see a doctor, see if his sperm count had dropped or whatsoever. Is it something with her? She never mentioned this. But you go straight to adoption. I understand he doesn't want to adopt because he probably think I can still make this child because nothing's wrong with me. So it may be something with her. But since she can't have the kids in the time frame she wants, she figured, so they probably been having, just sex with no protection and it ain't happened. I know a lot of people that did that. My sister did it after she thought she couldn't have any kids anymore. 20 years later, not 20, 20 years later, she get married and she have another child. So it's not when you want it, it's when the man upstairs tell you it's time for you to have one. But let's continue on. I just wanted to bring that up. That just sounded a little weird.
Well, ma'am, you make your bed, you lie in it. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to just tell you, ma'am, any man with character hearing this,
It was terrible.
well, it's still terrible. Any man with character hearing this, you just got to know, don't be surprised if this turns me completely off. Because even the way you're talking about it right now, it's so matter of fact, and it's kind of like, well, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, and my family is this, my family is that. Have you ever tested positive on the pregnancy test?
Of course.
Of course. I don't. What do you mean? Of course.
Well, I have when I was young, when I was younger.
Okay. Did you terminate?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
It didn't go into the second trimester.
Well, ma'am, by see where I'm going with this? How do you know that you can? If you miscarried, how do you know you can? How do you know if even if he was shooting the club up? How do you know you can carry a child?
Well, no, because we went through the whole process because after we were married for like 3 years, and
I'm
after like
talking
it
about
wasn't happening.
I'm talking about the first. You said you've been pregnant, but you lost the child. The pregnancy wasn't. You didn't have a child.
Correct.
You did not self delete. You did not
Correct.
terminate.
Correct.
So that means there was, for lack of a better word, a miscarriage.
Correct. An early one.
Okay, then how do you know that you can carry?
Well, I mean, I don't have any medical proof, but from like my family, I would like everybody in my
Mm-hmm.
family, they kind of like carry even
Okay.
on into like their 30s. So like I'm the
What I'm trying to
youngest of
get, what
four.
I'm trying to get you to look at is, ma'am, ultimately, and I'm not wishing that upon you, but I do. I believe that the universe works. It's kind of like that's cold.
It was cold.
It is cold, and now and what you're basically saying is, hey, I want to get out here and find somebody else to marry so I can have my own kids. Okay, if you're saying your ex-husband didn't want to adopt, all right, fine, keep it
Right.
moving. Let's get off this subject. But I'm gonna just tell you the way you told that story, so
I know.
unfeeling, and so matter of fact, if I had anybody around you, I would tell them to run because
It's
there's
so
some because what you're saying, ma'am, it's not okay. And you don't sound like you have one iota of care about it. It's like fuck it.
I do.
I want
No,
these
I do.
babies.
I do.
You
I do. Like
do,
I said, I'm a
but
little
you
nervous right
you
now
say
and I
you
am
okay,
processing.
ma'am. I need you to understand. You can say you do, but I'm telling you how the world, me and everybody else, is likely experiencing, and that's what you ladies need to understand. Doesn't matter what you say; it matters how it impacts somebody else.
Right.
So you want to get married, have kids, and you're ready to shoot your shot. Because, and what time frame do you want to be married?
Within the next 2 years.
Are you dating anybody seriously right now?
I am seeing somebody.
Are you dating anybody seriously towards marriage?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. So how long you guys been together?
We've been together for 5 months.
5 months. All right. So I'm confused. Then why are you? Because this program is really about like shooting your shot and approaching new men. But if you already got it, man, why are you here? If you say
Well,
you're serious,
because I wanted to. I'm
go
not
ahead.
gonna lie. I never knew how to get onto your show, and I just kind of jumped on there. But once you do shoot your shot, like like I said, I do have somebody, and
Mm-hmm.
it is going well.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Is he?
just want.
Go
I'm just
ahead.
gonna book a private session with you.
Okay. Uh, yeah. I mean, I hope you guys have had the conversation about marriage and what you want as far as outcomes. Does he have any children?
No,
So I got to ask. This may sound crazy, but are you asking men to take fertility tests?
is that bad?
I know I'm asking. Well, I'm asking because, man,
I haven't. But is that like? Is
you
that?
you cut me off. I don't do that. I'm asking because if you're willing to divorce your husband because he was infertile, and then you say he didn't want to adopt, I'll just accept it, move on. But if you're willing to terminate your covenant with God and your husband, then that means you can't afford to have this happen again, right?
Correct.
So how are you
Right.
verifying that the men you're considering or talking about seriously are all have healthy or have can produce children? How are you verifying that with the men you're
You know,
saying?
Mr. Samuels, you are a very, very smart man. And I haven't even thought about that part, but that is so important. And I think that is something that I'm going to bring up in conversation. And I'm going to make sure I do that beforehand.
Okay, so listening to her now tells me you may have made a mistake divorcing your husband because it sounds like it's not a him problem, that it's a her problem. She stated she had a child. I'm sorry. she was pregnant at a younger age and miscarriage and lost a child. Since then, she hadn't been pregnant again. You married this man, y'all dated for like married for 3 or 4 years. You couldn't conceive. In your mind, you figure it's him, but the man has made 3 kids. Men don't usually go from being super fertile to I can't have kids unless it's an accident or something. So she just assumed it's him, divorce him, and now you're on the hunt for a new dude. You find one, but you never thought to even get him checked to see if he has a low or high sperm count, or better yet, get yourself checked to see if you can carry a kid to term. But that's the number one priority in your life for getting married. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And now you're sitting here thinking like, I never thought of that. I never thought of that. But that is the number one priority for you to marry someone. Because if you can't have a kid, what you going to do? Divorce him again. Now you're probably 36, going on 37. Then you're going to find somebody else and try it again. This is the dumbest thing. And this is why we talk about some of you modern women just be thinking about yourselves and never thought it may have been you the whole time. But let's finish this thing out.
Okay. But I want you to, how tall are you?
5'7".
Dress size?
I'm like a 9, 10. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a 9, 10.
So at 32 years old, your marriage market proposition is, hey, I've been married before. You didn't say anything about whether he was a good man or whatever. You said I divorced him because he couldn't make babies and he didn't want to adopt. And it's that important to me. Cool. Everybody has their standard. No, man, just moving on. Everybody has their standard. That's fine. But you go into the marketplace and you're asking men who you think may be suitable candidates for you to produce a sperm sample.
That sounds so bad. It's a lot more character that involves. It's not just a sperm sample, because I could, it wouldn't be hard for me to just go out and get pregnant by anybody. So like, it's not
no. But see, I get what you're saying now, but you divorced your husband because he couldn't have children. So you're basic, and I'm saying, well, fine. If you're going to leave one man, you got to know that every man you're possibly dealing with can produce children. So I want to know how that's supposed to work. Hey, before we even get serious, I need you to go ahead and take this cup.
Well, you know what?
Because I would love to know. Because here's the funny thing: I would love to know how this would happen in reverse. If I'm dating you and be like, hey, I want to have kids. So before I even take you out to Ruth Chris, I'm gonna need to go ahead and get your womb checked. I'm gonna need to get some of them eggs up out of you. But I need you to understand how crazy that would sound to the market. How crazy that would sound. No, listen. This makes sense to you. But I'm talking about an open goddamn dating market. Hi, on my Match.com, or my Plenty of Fish, or my Bumble, or my Tinder profile. Hey, I want to make sure to date me, I must have a semen sample.
That is so terrible.
Well, ma'am, that's why I was trying to make light of, because that's what you're really saying. I need to know that you can produce, and that's the other side. If you're willing to, because there are guys who may be like, okay, cool. You want to get an STD battery? Fine. If you're willing to pay for it, no problem. But you're going to have to produce the fact that you can carry and because on the downside, I don't want to say it could happen. But what happens when you get married and all of a sudden you come back and it's like you can't again? Should he divorce you?
If he didn't have any children, I would completely understand it.
Ooh,
I really would. If
then
he
why?
didn't,
So I don't understand. I don't understand what marriage means then. There's nothing Christian about this. There's nothing spiritual about this. I mean, I understand the want to have children, but there's nothing I'm trying to help you, man, but that's like,
You are.
goddamn.
But you are helping me. The fact that you even mentioned that about getting,
Why? I mean, I gotta ask, why are kids so? Why are kids? Children are important, but why are children that important?
I,
Your natural born children.
I don't. I mean, I'm the youngest of 6, and I'm the only one who doesn't have any kids. It is important. In my family, it's important.
Okay. Do you have any sisters?
I do.
How many?
4.
4 sisters and 1 brother. Where's the brother? Is he the oldest?
He's the second oldest.
Second oldest. So all 4 of your sisters are married?
Yes.
Is your brother married?
His wife, yes, he's married.
All right. So you're the baby, which problems already spoiled. And used to get in your way. You've been married. You had a guy who was older than you. He had kids, but he couldn't. He didn't want to adopt. Fine. I'm just laying it out as the market, man. As the market, if you go into the market, that's what you're basically saying. Hey, having kids is important. So what I'm saying, man, is you better be as sure as possible that you can carry children to term.
I'm gonna take what you're saying very, very serious, and I'm gonna get that information like from a medical professional.
So
and I'm going.
So then, after the ability to produce children, what's number 2 on the list? And what's next on the list of requirements for men?
Well, number 2, that's just no, that's a requirement just for me in general. But are you talking about like my type of men, the type of
Well,
men
yeah,
that I like?
because ultimately, that there's so many things that go wrong in human reproduction. I mean, see, today because modern women, you guys are so spoiled. People used to have 8 and 10 children because infant mortality rates were high, children mortality rates were high, and you needed multiple hands. And then women having a child is the most dangerous thing any woman could do. But women today automatically assume that just because you get pregnant, you're gonna carry a child, it's all gonna be healthy and it's all gonna work out to the point to where it's a foregone conclusion. Cool. So if having a kid is that important, you got to be judging. That has to be one of the top criteria you picking a man based upon. What's some other stuff?
Right. Other stuff would be like his commitment, how he handles responsibility, his compassion towards family.
His commitment to what?
His commitment, just in general, just a strong commitment for whatever he believes in.
What do you mean? You could be committed to your football team. You could believe in a football
You're right.
team.
And then have you ever seen somebody who's committed to their football team? They go all out for it. They lose sleep over it. They're out that like just somebody with like a strong sense of commitment, a strong sense of purpose. Somebody who knows exactly what it is that they want and that they're very passionate about getting it.
I don't think you get it.
What?
Because that's what you're supposed to have when you enter into a covenant marriage. It's selfish.
So
what you did, what you said, ma'am. No, ma'am. See, what all I do is I have the conversation. You understand the difference between right and wrong, and commitment. The things you're saying, commitment, sense of family. Well, family, ma'am, you had a family. You had a husband and you had stepchildren.
No.
So what?
They were grown though. They were like,
ma'am, they were your stepchildren.
My brother and my father tell me this.
Childish.
Like, when people hear
Childish.
that story, they
childish. Mr. Whoever raised you and your 6 siblings, spoiled ass kid right here. Childish. It's true, ma'am. It's childish.
I know it's true. I do know it's true.
And
because I watch your content a lot, and like
so if you had a son,
reality.
If you had a son, you would want him to run into a woman who treated men like you? Yes or no? Your son
Of
marries a
course
woman.
not.
Your son marries a woman, and his wife comes and says, "Well, I'm gonna leave you because you can't have kids." You'd say, "All right."
No, because I would want him to be with somebody a little bit more empathetic than that.
Right.
Guys, if you really trying to get a point across to a woman, put it in a format to say, if it was your son, would you want him to blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah from another woman? And watch what her answer be. As long as the world it happens, she don't have a problem with it. But her sweet baby boy, oh no. He can't come here with no kids, somebody else's kids, a woman that's been in the streets, a woman that dressed provocative, an uneducated woman. No, you can't bring none of that here. But you will tell everybody else it's okay to go out and be with one. Think about it. That's the best way, guys. The best.
It is terrible. I'm not. It is. I'm. Like I said,
So
I'm
I'm
nervous.
asking seriously, and man, it's not really a value judgment as much as I'm just trying to hold a mirror up to you because you say this shit you say to people around you, and they let you believe this stuff. I'm telling you, as somebody who got no dog in the fight, what you immediately said, it was almost like did somebody hit the DJ? What?
Because I was just excited to talk to you.
Well, but true, but you said I had no problem with it. Fuck that nigga. His dick didn't work. I'm sorry.
That's not true. So
Whatever, man. He had kids and he had his babies. I want my babies. But then you turn around and say I got pregnant, but I couldn't have that one baby. I'm like, so how do you know you can have them? You don't know any of this stuff, and it's supposed to mean more with the man you're with than the outcomes. The outcomes are the family is supposed. The family is you and him and what y'all make. But it was like, I couldn't have what I wanted. Spoiled as baby child. It's what I wanted. I want my own kids. And I hope it works out for you. But the way you've told this situation, ooh, that's why I'm like, this is why I think therapy is so good. So you can talk a lot of this stuff.
I've been in therapy. I go to therapy twice a month, and I have been for 4 years. Like
4 years.
Through, like,
4 years.
I have been. Yes, I have been.
Why? Are you on medication?
No.
Ma'am, you don't be in therapy for 4 years. You're supposed to graduate from therapy.
Oh yeah, well, it's kind of like it goes in. I graduated from the personal part.
You know what'll be crazy? She goes see her doctor, get tested, come to find out it's her. All this time it's been you. You can't carry a child to term. You think she's gonna go back and apologize to the ex-husband? You think she should go back and try to get one? Because she never said anything bad about him. She didn't say he wasn't a good dude, good provider, any of that. She just said she couldn't get pregnant. He couldn't give her a kid. But now you finding out, possibly it was you. And now you dating this other guy. What are you gonna tell him? Well, before you marry me or whatever, get serious, let you know I can't have kids, and he leaves you. So now you getting it, what you did. See, like I said, it's just a selfish mentality that modern women thinking, I should just have all this myself. I ain't worried about it. Because once I get my kids, it doesn't matter anymore. He can leave me, he can do whatever, as long as I got my child. That's the mentality she has. And that's why she's in the boat she is. Because God is not favoring her. I mean, I'm just being honest. That's why, because the way she's thinking about what she wants is, once I get this child, I don't care what happened. We can split up. I don't care. I got a kid now. Because the way she explains things means that she only thinking one way, and it's her way.
And then it goes into like it's a group thing with other women, and I just like to go.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I hope you're prepared to be judged as harshly as you judge your husband. Because, man, jokingly or not, that was horrible. That's just bad. It's just bad, man. It's just bad. It's just bad, Jessica. It's just bad. It's just bad. I mean, but see, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm focusing on so much, because you modern women are so goddamn focused on getting what the fuck you want. You don't care about anybody else except you. It's you above everybody else.
Okay, guys. So y'all seen it all. So what do you think? Think this just a selfish act from another spoiled modern woman? I do. Do you think the problem may be her? I do. So do she deserve to have someone? I do not think so. But that's just my opinion. I think she need to get herself together. While you going to see this therapist, you need to take this video and show her exactly your response to what he was asking you, and then figure out something better to do with your life than just chase a baby. And it may be you why it's not happening. Go get yourself checked out, young lady. See what can be done, and see if you can have a child, or adoption is going to be something in your plan that when you do meet someone, you can go ahead and explain this to them. But the way you're going now, not going to happen. Well, y'all let me know what you think about it. Hit it up in the comments as always. And don't forget, hit that subscribe, like, and share. And it's your boy, and I'm up out of here. Peace.